Lori, you reached out to me to let me know about this club that got canceled at Lake Forest High School. Can you explain it to me like I'm a 10-year-old? Like, what happened? How did you hear about it? And how do we bring Kara and Patrice into the mix here? What role did they play? And then we'll have you guys come in and give your 2 cents.
Yeah, so just within circles, I've got 2 kids at the high school that have been struggling to kind of find their place and fit in, and especially with COVID, making friends has been difficult. So just in various circles, trying to get them involved in different groups and sports, and finding finding themselves. It came across my attention that the YAF group had been canceled. And so I reached out and I inquired about it, and Patrice put me in touch with Kara, and I thought it would be a good topic for the show. So I understood it was one of the most popular groups at the high school.
And Kara, thanks for coming on the show.
So that's how we got Kara.
Okay, so Kara, you're in DC, right?
Yes, I am.
You're in DC. Okay. Could somebody, you say YAF Club? What is YAF? I hate acronyms. What does YAF stand for?
So Young America's Foundation is the national organization, but our chapter affiliate on high school and college campuses is called Young Americans for Freedom.
Okay, got it. And how long was this club going at Lake Forest High School? Were you trying to get it off the ground? Like, how did it start? Start from the beginning. Anybody that knows what happened.
Yeah, so this club has been through a lot to try and get recognized by Lake Forest High School. It's been about a 1.5-year battle with the administrators there. A lot of concerned parents and students who kind of find themselves more on the left side of the aisle brought concerns that the organization would be not appropriate for the school, given that it does talk about issues relating to politics. But the students really wanted to bring this conservative perspective to school, so they continued the fight. They eventually were granted pilot club status, which at Lake Forest High School is essentially kind of like a trial run, where you're given kind of the first year to see if your club will be successful, if you'll meet all the guidelines, hosting meetings, having the correct amount of people. And from the get-go, they really were met with a lot of resistance from the administration, specifically with trying to host their 9/11 Never Forget project. They were told they weren't allowed to host it on school grounds, and they had to do it across the street on city property, or whether it was hanging up posters on campus, they all had to be approved by the student activities director, which a lot of times their Freedom Week posters and other posters that had conservative messages would often get denied by the school administration. So it really was an uphill battle for these students who just kind of wanted to bring their own perspective. And then come COVID 2019, 2020, just a totally unprecedented year. The students did struggle to kind of host their monthly meetings, obviously with all the restrictions, not being allowed to meet in person, having to meet over Zoom. There was a lot of variables up in the air. And the school decided just this past month to revoke their status as a recognized student organization on campus, citing that they didn't meet the minimum requirements of having a monthly meeting. Really not working with them at all or trying to help improve or get them to that benchmark. Really just all of a sudden pulling the rug out from under them, saying you guys didn't meet the requirements, so you're no longer recognized. You're not even allowed to be a pilot club anymore. So what we're doing here at YAF right now is we're filing Freedom of Information Act requests to see if they're being treated fairly to other student organizations on campus, if other student orgs didn't meet the requirement as well, or if they are kind of being singled out for their ideological leaning.